Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I want to show you some books that I've acquired in the past 2 or 3 months. And yeah, I don't know, without any further explanation, I guess let's dive right in. I think I'm gonna start with some pre-loved secondhand books that I found on this website called Awesome Books. I discovered it for myself last year, and besides new books, they also sell used ones. And yeah, I wanted to see if it's worth ordering secondhand books online without seeing them. Like, is it worth it? Are they in good condition? Spoiler alert, some of them are not. But the price was good, and besides, these books got a second chance to live on somebody else's shelves, so that's always good. First off, I got this tiny book by Madeline Miller called Galatea. It has a beautiful cover with these shiny gold elements. This is a retelling of a Greek myth about a sculptor who created a sculpture of a woman that he was so obsessed with, he was so in love with it, that one of the gods decided to present him with a very specific gift. I'm not going to spoil you any further if you don't know what the story is about, because, you know, it is short. On the inside, the book looks like this, so truly very little text, and yeah, I'm very happy that I found it, you know, in the used condition, because I don't think I would have paid the full price for it, to be honest. The next book is also by Madeline Miller, and it's Circe, which I have read. I think I've read everything by her, right? Circe, The Song of Achilles, and Galatea. And I wanted to have it on my bookshelf. This is the Bloomsbury edition with a shiny cover. As for its condition, you can see that it's not that bad on the front, but it is a little bit crooked. I don't know what happened to it. And the spine is broken, so it is well loved, I guess. Inside, it also looks good. There are no tears or anything. So yeah, could be better, I guess, but you know, for the price, I think it's good enough. Circe is the daughter of Helios, god of the sun, and one of the sea or ocean nymphs. And for some reason, gods and everyone else decided that she's not good enough to be a goddess. She's not pretty enough, she's not skillful enough, and besides, she has a power of her own, which is witchcraft. And this is something dangerous, this is something, in their eyes, something unacceptable, so she gets banished for it on a deserted, not deserted, but like, you know, faraway island. And one day, one famous warrior called Odysseus comes to visit her, and yeah, this is a story of her life. I mean, reimagining of the myths and stuff. I was very impressed by this book when I was reading it, and definitely planning on rereading it someday. Next up is The Switch by Beth O'Leary. As for the condition, it has yellowing pages. Oh my gosh, what's that? Oh, a broken spine. Again, a little bit of crookedness to it. I don't know what's up. I guess it's the storing conditions, but the text is intact, and that's what matters, right? Previously, I read The Fletcher and The No-Show by Beth O'Leary, and I do like her writing and, you know, her storytelling a lot, so I couldn't pass up the opportunity to get this book, which is about Lena. She decides to take a 2-month sabbatical and escape from her work and visit her grandmother in the village. And I'm more excited to read about her grandma, because she's 80 and she's newly single and ready to mingle, but there are not so many options in this little village of hers. That's why Lena decides that a switch of lives might be a good idea, and her grandma goes to London to see, you know, the dating scene, and Lena goes to the village for a more quieter and peaceful life. Next up is The Trouble with Women by Jackie Fleming, but it seems like the trouble is with the book. I'm not sure if you can see it well because of the lighting and all, but the book came to me very dirty, so I had to wipe it off a little bit, or a lot, and I kind of removed a little bit of the ink here, and also this thing happened, so yeah, that's my fault. But also, the book was dirty. I don't know what what happened to it, what they were doing with it. Probably it's the problem with the white cover and stuff. As for the book itself, well, I don't know what to call it exactly, because I don't think it's a graphic novel per se, more like illustrated notes. Funny, well, I'm assuming they're funny notes about women's lives and the problems that they had, and like stereotypes that were made about women in the, I guess, Victorian era? I think Victorian? I don't know. I imagine it's gonna be a very quick read, so I'm happy that I got it with a discount. I heard absolutely nothing about the next book I got because I'm not really a nonfiction girly, but when I saw it on the website, yeah, it immediately caught my attention. It's called Superwomen by Janina Scarlett. Apparently, it's an interactive self-help book for women battling depression, anxiety, and trauma, and it promises to help you become a hero of your own story, of your own journey, which sounds pretty motivating. And inside there is some, I guess, theory, plus exercises that you can do after reading certain chapters. That's Superwomen. And the last used book that I got looks not at all used, and I was pleasantly surprised, let me tell you. It's Axie O and Her the Girl Who Fell Beneath the Sea in this gorgeous paperback version of it. I love everything about this cover. The colors, the glossy elements, and it looks fresh. It looks like somebody barely read it. Very happy about this particular purchase. This book is based on Korean mythology, and it tells us the story of Mina, who was sacrificed to a sea god. But when she gets to his sea kingdom, she realizes that everything is not what it seems. At the end of last year, I continued my journey of discovering new online bookshops and tried one called Books to Door. I found a box set with a very appealing price. I think it was something around 25 pounds for 10 books, and I couldn't pass this opportunity, especially because I really like the movies that are based on this series. It is Meg Cabot and her Princess Diaries series. Oh, they're still packed because, yeah, I didn't want to lose them. A little bit of ASMR for you. Ooh. They smell like freshly printed books. I love it. And they're so colorful. Oh my gosh, I almost dropped them. They are very colorful. Starting off with The Princess Diaries. The Princess Diaries Take 2. Third time lucky. Mia goes fourth. Give me 5. Sixational. Seventh Heaven. That was like a tongue twister. After 8, to the 9s. And lastly, the thickest book in the series. 10 out of 10. Would recommend. If you haven't read the books or watched movies with Anne Hathaway, which I doubt, this is a story, a hilarious story, about Mia Thermopolis, a teenager who one day finds out that she's not only a princess of a small European country, but also the heir to the throne. Last year I went to Poland with my family, and I decided that the best way to remember the trip would be to buy books. But also I needed to think about my luggage and how much I could fit into it. The first book that I got in this little cozy bookshop in Krakow is Solitaire by Alice Oseman, and it is about Tori Spring, whom we better know as sister of Charlie's from Heartstopper. But this book was written first, as far as I remember, and Nick and Charlie have a little appearance here. This is the book that started it all, if I'm not mistaken. If I am, that would be really embarrassing. To be completely honest, I don't know what the plot of the book is, but I know that I love Tori, I love her personality, and I love this little quote: I don't ever remember not being serious. As far as I'm concerned, I came out of the womb spouting cynicism and wishing for rain. My name is Tori Spring. I like to sleep, relatable, and I like to blog, also relatable sometimes. Last year I had friends. Things were very different, I guess, but that's all over now. And that sounds sad? Maybe? I don't know. We'll see what the book is about. I hope I will not cry too much, but I usually do. We'll see. The next one. I've already read this book before. I've seen the movie, I don't know, maybe 5 times already, because I love it. It came out last year. Do you know what I'm talking about? Have you guessed it? Probably not. I don't know. I will not tease you any longer. It's red, white, and royal blue with Alex and Henry on the cover. My babies. I love this movie, I love this book, and I love having this edition with my boys on the cover. If you haven't heard of it, this is a story about the son of the first female president of America and the Prince of England, and their enemies to friends to something else trope. I'm very excited to reread it someday. And the last book I got in Poland, is something I read again, but also something that I will not read again because it is written in Polish. I don't think I will ever be able to. Well, actually, never say never, right? The edition looks gorgeous. This book is. Why am I doing this? Stop. This book is. Oh my god, what is it called? Oh yeah, The Raven Boys by Maggie Stiefvater. But look at this cover. Oh my goodness. Look at these boys. Gansey, my man, Blue, Ronan, Adam, and Noah. It looks amazing. It's turquoise inside. So yeah, a beautiful edition that I probably will never read. I don't regret a thing. I'll even put it like that for now. Okay, now let's get to the rest of the books. The latest purchase that I made. I couldn't resist this edition of The Adventures of Amina Al-Sirafi by Shannon Chakraborty. Look at that foiling. Oh my god. There is a map. Ooh, fancy. Amina Al-Sirafi is a, well, I guess you can say retired pirate. She just wanted to have a peaceful life with her child. But one day she's asked of a favor that she cannot refuse. She needs to find the missing child of her ex-crewmate. And to do that, she needs to reassemble her team, which sounds like a lot of fun. Pirates, sea adventures, magic possibly, and the crew that comes together again. What's not to like? The next book is by my favorite author, and I really don't need reasons to buy his books. I don't need to know the plots, I just need to buy them all. It's the first book of Green Creek series, as far as I know, by TJ Klune. Wolfsong. Look at this new cover, and it also looks very nice underneath. Very beautiful burnt orange color. I'm not very good with colors, but it looks delicious. Again, I know nothing about the plot. I know that it's beloved by many people. It has something to do with shape-shifting into wolves, so some Jacob action going on, and I need to prepare my wallet for the next installments. Oh, and I forgot to say that it was a present from my lovely little sister, as well as this book. It was also a present from her. It is one of my favorite Dark Academia books. A lot of people either hate or love this book. There is no in-between, probably. It is If We Were Villains by M.L. Rio. Can never remember this person's name. The events and motivations in this book are questionable, but I still love it. I really enjoyed it. It really resonated with me and my experience. Not that I have experience of doing something bad to people, but nevertheless, acting and getting into the role and being fully immersed into your character, that's something that is quite familiar to me and my experience in my younger days. So yeah, when I was reading it, I was like, this book is about me and my friend and, you know, the company and the experiences that I had. Not all of the experiences. Again, I don't want to sound like a psychopath or anything. So this is a story about a group of theater majors, their descent into chaos, complete and utter destruction of their lives over a span of, I don't know, a semester, I guess, while they're putting on Shakespeare plays. A ton of fun. I don't know, I thoroughly enjoyed this book, and I don't have to prove anything to anyone, right? The next book is Siege and Storm by Leigh Bardugo. I just blinked on her name. This is my goddess. It's the second book in the Shadow and Bone trilogy, and, well, I mean, the second book in the Grishaverse overall. I don't have the first one in this edition. I have the collector's one over there. I got it because it was on sale. Do I need to tell you the synopsis of the book? I feel like it is pretty well known by now. But just in case, this story takes place in the world where there are regular people, mundanes, muggles, and people with powers. The main character, Alina Starkov, discovers that she has a very unusual ability, which makes her a target for different people with different agenda. A lot of fun. There is a beautiful Netflix show based on the books, which was cancelled, unfortunately. RIP season 3. So yeah, can't wait to get all 3 of them in my collection. I know nothing about the next book either. This is Sally Rooney and her beautiful world, Where Are You? I know that she has written Normal People, and it was quite a polarizing book, at least among people that I know. Again, some of them loved the book with all of their hearts, and others utterly despised. But I heard more positive reviews about Beautiful World, Where Are You? And Chloe was talking about it very positively, and I tend to trust her taste in books, except for Bunny. So yeah, I know nothing and expect nothing. Tell me in the comments if you've read the book and what you think of it. The next book was highly recommended by my friends, especially one particular friend. You know who you are. The time has come for me to get this book. It's Beartown by Fredrik Backman. I read his books before. I read A Man Called Ove, and also this short book with a very long name, Things That My Son Should Know About the World, or something like that. I loved A Man Called Ove, and I hated this short book. I guess Beartown will hopefully settle this debate in my head once and for all. Again, no nothing. I know that it's a small town and something major happens to it. Something, you know, earth-shaking, groundbreaking, and also potentially divisive among the society. Again, tell me in the comments if you read it, if you liked it, why you like it, without the spoilers, of course. Thank you. Up next is Carrie Soto is Back by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I read several books of hers: Daisy Jones and the Six, Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, and Malibu Rising. If you didn't know, at least in these books that I named and in this one, the events happen in the same celebrity universe, and the characters from different books appear time and time again, and you know, they have crossovers and stuff. Carrie Soto appeared in one of the books that I've read, and she was somebody's mistress, so I'm a bit hesitant about reading the whole book dedicated to her. But also, it's a story about a retired sportsman who decided to return one last time to prove that she's the best. But I do like Taylor Jenkins Reid's writing and the way she constructs her stories and how she builds the tension and everything. That's the edition that I have. It's quite big, but the colors are nice. Speaking about celebrities, but this time real ones, I did read Britney's memoir, of course, Jeanette McCurdy's. I'm planning to read Matthew Perry's one. I have the audiobook for it. And when I saw this one, I was like, huh. Not weird, but unexpected, I guess, that he already has a memoir. But I'm sure that he has a lot to say about his background and stuff. And I already read a little bit of the, synopsis to it, and it seems like he was raised by his grandparents, which happened to me as well. So he had a very, not rocky, but colder relationship with his parents, I guess. Or it took him some time to get closer to his parents, which totally can relate to. It's We Were Dreamers by Simu Liu. I'm very excited to read this book. I love his face. I loved him as Ken. I adore him as Shang-Chi, and I cannot wait to see his other works, and also cannot wait for him to become a part, a bigger part of Marvel Cinematic Universe. So yeah, my guy. Baby Simu. Oh my god, he's so cute. Oh my gosh, he's so cute. Okie dokie, these two books were a gift from my dear friend Lesia. She has her own channel, Olesia. She's a Ukrainian booktuber. It is a bit difficult, and at least it takes a long time for anything to be shipped between our countries. I live in Kazakhstan, if you didn't know. And sometimes sending a gift card or a monetary gift is a better, at least faster option. So yeah, she sent me some money and asked me to buy books that I really wanted to buy for a long time, and I did. So thank you for your gift, because it is your gift essentially. This book is quite slow-paced but very cozy, and when you read it, it's like you're playing this Diner Dash type of game. Is it Diner Dash? These games where you need to build your own business. The main character was building her own coffee shop and was planning a menu and getting workers and stuff like that. So yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed the first book, which is called Legends and Lattes. I'm pretty sure you've guessed by now. And this one is a prequel to it called Bookshops and Bone Dust. There is an alternative book cover here. This is again about Viv, our main character. It's I think one of her adventures were when she was still a mercenary, and as far as I know, Viv needed a break from her mercenary days, and she went to a small city, I think, beach town of Merk, and she spends her time in an old, struggling bookshop. It sounds amazing. And the second book that I got as a present from Lesia is a book that I already read, and I really, really loved it. I adored it. And I don't know, it was so magical, it was so immersive and just great. So I really wanted to have it on my shelves. And also, I cannot wait to get my grabby little hands on the second installment of this book. It's Rebecca Ross and her Divine Rivals with this beautiful cover. Why does he look like Ben Barnes in here? This is a story about two rivaling journalists in the time of a magical war. And also, there are magical typewriters that allow people who are in possession of said typewriters to exchange letters no matter where they are, no matter how far they are. And yeah, it's such a beautiful, beautiful story. It's a very slow burn romance, and you can totally see why the people who fell in love with each other. I really enjoyed this. It's probably one of my favorite books of the last year. And thank you, Lesia, for having such a big role in me getting this book onto my shelves. And last but not least, a Christmas/New Year gift to myself, something that I have been waiting for 1 year. It's the Mina Lima edition of Prisoner of Azkaban. A huge, huge book. Let's not talk about this person. We're talking about the incredible skills of Miraflora, Mina, and Eduardo Lima, and what a masterpiece they created with the story. Yeah, it looks magical, as it should be. It is super interactive, as it usually is, and yeah, a great addition to my collection of these Mina Lima books. Cannot wait to get the fourth one next year. I guess it will be a Christmas gift to myself again. It's gonna become a tradition for the following 4 years. That's it. These are all of the books that I got in the past 3 months. Let me know in the comments your thoughts about any of the stories that were mentioned today. If you like them, if you hate them, why you hate them, why you like them. Let's chat. Thank you so much for being with me today, for watching this video, and I hope I will see you in the next one. Bye.